qualify for next year. But who gets to the bend first here? Coming around on the inside is Thomas Golob in red. He holds off Tommy Knudsen in blue. Coming through quickly in white is Craig Boyce. Craig Boyce in second place, coming through in front with a lap to go, but Boyce makes it on the inside. There's going to be a battle here on the bend as he takes Golob wide. Golob comes back again on the inside, and down they go. Craig Boyce is another victim of the Golob efforts on this Grand Prix series. Thomas Golob has brought down just about every rider in the field so far in this series, and we'll have to see what happens. Look at Craig Boyce. He's wondering what happened there. And predictably, Thomas Golob is excluded. Thomas Golob is out of this, which means that Thomas Golob finishes third because Tony Ricardson didn't take place in the rerun. So Thomas Golob is excluded here, which means we have two men racing for the place. Let's see it, Peter, what happened there.
Yeah, that was awful, really. I mean, Golob's done it again, hasn't he? The very last Grand Prix race of this year that he was competing in, he has to go and take Craig Boyce off the bike completely.
Oh, look at this! Well, Prince Hamid in Cardiff will have nothing on Craig Boyce. Craig Boyce is surely the cruiserweight champion of Australia. He has laid out Thomas Golob, and I think we said 2 or 3 Grand Prix races ago, we said that somebody sooner or later would land one on Thomas Golob. And that was the best right hook they've seen in East London.
I feel he's got to live.
He's out. I think he's been excluded for an off-track incident, basically.
Have you been thrown out?
I don't think.
Yeah, I'm out of the meeting, you know. He just said, you know, from what I done, but mate, Thomas just come under me and blatantly knocked me off. You know, he's been doing it the whole series, and you know, I haven't had a very good meeting tonight, and I get in front, and the pole knocks me off once again. Mate,
Again?
Well, not me again personally, but he's been knocking everybody off. And maybe I shouldn't have done what I done, but you know, like now the referee just said I'm going to cop a heavy fine and be excluded from the meeting.
And it's Pennell in front, Pennell moving out, and Collins has swung out, and Carter's back in last place as Peter Collins goes away. In second place it's Crump, and now we're going to have to see what Kenny Carter can do. Peter Collins is in front, in second place still. It is Crump, and what an upset, and they're all bunching up at the back, and here comes Kenny Carter after Pennell. What a surprise! And this one could really open up the World Championship as Crump and Pennell moves through into second place, and that could be important. Carter still has not made any move at all, and here he comes through on the inside, and he's moved over Bruce Pennell. What a move! Oh, what a move! And again, Pennell will swing on the inside, and he's taken Carter out and knocks him straight into the fence. Down he goes. And what is referee Tor Kittleson going to make of that? What a moment. It is still Collins in front. He must stop it. He must stop it. Carter is trapped under the fence. And what are we going to make of that? Well, it was getting pushing and shoving and elbows. Neither rider giving anything away. And, well, I wouldn't like to be the referee to call that one. Well, Carter is down. We can only keep our fingers crossed he's okay. And as dramatic moments in World Finals go, we've had 36. This is a 37th, and it will come no more dramatic than that. Carter is still under the fence. And at the moment, there is no exclusion light on. We look, and I can't but wonder what he'll think about all that, because he normally has his say. The protests are starting. Referee Tor Kittleson, they're ringing the phone, I think, to Carter. And Carter can't believe it.
Absolutely don't believe it.
That replay down here, Tori, if you don't come down here, that's bloody criminal. The whole World Championship is going to rest on your very bad decision.
He took a minute and a half
and the guy, and they've got it down here, and you can see it in black and white, Tori. Christ almighty. You're a responsible man. You'll come all the way around the world to make this decision. You can't just sit up there and, like a bloody god, and say, I'm not going to do anything about it.
Ivan, it took a minute and a half to put the red my colour on.
I want to tell you, that's not the first time that he's made such a bad decision.
He's got to get him down here.
That's the FIM for you. That's the establishment for you. We bring that man halfway around the world to make a decision like that.
You've had this problem before, Ivan?
I've had the problem with him. 1968 at Wembley, done the same thing to me. Left me lying on the track as well when I got knocked off. Wouldn't stop anything.
What do you think?
They're trying to restart it. The Americans are on their feet. And your heart goes out to the young man. It certainly was a controversial decision. The lone Union Jack stands there. Carter is out there saying, come down and watch it. The restart will go on. Tor Kittleson, who is right next to our commentary position, completely unmoved. And it looks as though a world final so rich in promise that looked like being something of a classic is going to be remembered only for the controversy. There is Pennell. Well, what can we say about Pennell? It's so sad. Ivan Major moves across and says, Kenny, come on, you've got to move. And Kenny really will have to move. And it looks like the security men have got it now. And this is ridiculous. This is absolutely ridiculous. We've got some very, very hairy security men moving in there. And this is really getting out of hand. Got this one, the FSO national team title, and away they go. And who is it showing? And ridden very wide indeed. Emerson took out Henry, and Henry's bursting down the outside of Pendlebury. It's Emerson in front. Here comes Henry as they and Henry's gone down, and the drama is there right until the last moment. A boiling climax, heat 6. And Knight has been left again on the inside. It is Perks. Knight has ridden an immaculate first corner around the curve, as Beaton tries the outside run, and down has gone Bobby Beaton. There just was no room. The bike has gone on. He ran out of room there, and the race continues, although Beaton is still prostrate on the track. They've got to stop it. Oh. There is Bobby Beaton down, and he did give the fence. Now watch Craig Pendlebury in blue, and watch Bobby Beaton here on the outside. Now, is Pendlebury being deliberately obstructive? He's moved way out high and takes Beaton out. Now, is there any contact here? Still daylight. Down goes Bobby Beaton. He had nowhere much to go. And the referee, Jeff Dalby, says Pendlebury is guilty of foul riding. And down goes Beaton, and the bike continues riderless. Sprick, there he is in the red helmet colour. Fine time for him to come into the action. Relatively inexperienced. 3 starters only. No Pendlebury. Inside Dave Perks in yellow and black. Then Richard Knight. On the outside, Martin Skillersbrook. And away they go. And again, Perks has got clear. And Richard Knight's bike did not fire up to the first corner. And Scarisbrick is going right around the outside. Oh, the young man from Newcastle really is getting his teeth into this first ride. And Knight is getting back into contention. It's Perks in front. Knight is now back up on the back wheel of Scarisbrick and into the pit corner, and Richard Knight trying the inside run as they all bunch up here in heat 6, and this could be an important one, and indeed telling on the final result. And this young man from Newcastle really is riding a blinder. Lap 3, still Perks in front, and Scarisbrick trying the outside run. He might have him this time. He has, and this has opened up this Forest title. It really has. Here comes Perks again. And we have a real race on, and Richard Knight's back inside as well as we come into the last lap. And they're pushing and shoving, and here comes Richard Knight through on the inside, and it's all getting tight there. And Scarisbrick has gone around the outside, and Perks has gone with him. And what else could happen here as they come in to the last lap and the last corner? And it's going to be Scarisbrick who wins it. Knight is second, Perks is third, and that was unbelievable speedway. Oh, what a race. You will not see a better one than that. Scarisbrick won it. Knight somehow squeezed through. Perks went from last to first to last. It was remarkable. And the crowd rightly are overwhelmed. Starting yellow and black. The last heat of the second semi-final with everything to go for. Henry has gone clear, and going with him hard is Saunders around the dirt, and Saunders is right out on the fence, and he moves into second place. In third place it is Stead, and well, this is going to make it very interesting, because we could have a tie for second place, and as they both had equal race winners, it's all down to Saunders, and Saunders is busting a gut to try and get past Rob Henry. That would wrap it up for Edinburgh if he could get through. They have lost Humphrey, so 3 riders only. Still Rob Henry has looked a very cool, calm customer this afternoon. Out, running a perfect line. Second place Saunders, and way back Stead. Into the last lap, and still Saunders seems to have lost his footrest. Brett Saunders has lost his footrest, and there's drama. Down he has gone. And moving going through into second place, it is Paul Stead and Long Eaton are going to do it. And once again, the drama really has come right up.
Gate 3, white is Jeff Busey, Martin Dugard in red. We'll explain that. We didn't have a new shot. I couldn't quite see the start line from my box. Well, Dugard having a bit of a problem around that turn. His partners at the back, though, Mulvihill. Middlesbrough will be lifted, though, by that news now from Birmingham. Second in white is Jeff Busey. Third in yellow and black is Bernie Collier. Of course, Middlesbrough racing here against the new National League Cup holders. They disposed of Ellesmere Port in the Cup final. And, of course, he's pulled another one of our prominent areas of cable television with systems operating at Brighton, Hastings and all around the south coast. So it's a battle of the cable towns here in this league match. Now here comes the pressure. Mulvihill battling against Collier. Collier looking for the inside line, Mulvihill for the outside. 1 lap to go. Dugard's well clear. Mulvihill fighting for a third place that would give Eastbourne a 4-point lead. Collier at the back. He's already ridden here this year for Barrow and Exeter in the league, riding for the third time in the National League here at Arlington. But in the race so wide, he just got it. We'll have to wait for referee John Homer's confirmation, but in fact a pile-up after the race there. Those two riders riding with sheer inspiration. Jeff Busey smiles as Bernie Collier brought him down there after the end. We await the official confirmation of that race from the referee. The winner in red was Martin Dugard, and the result just coming through over the tannoy. Dugard, a superb winner out in front, waiting for second place to come through. In second, it was Jeff Busey in white, just waiting for Tony Milner to pull out these positions. And third, confirmed in yellow and black, Bernie Collier, with Chris Mulvihill's efforts coming to naught as he fails to score there in Heat 2. A marvellous race. You can see the kind of drama that's going to be coming up through the rest of the meeting here at Arlington. With only 1 point from 2 starts, he's got to start pulling something in here. Havelock lifts slightly, but Dixon is away. Havelock trying to cut back on the inside, but it's an experience, I think, catching him out there. Dixon leads, but coming alongside now is Keith Pritchard. Kennett settling into third at the moment, waiting for the gap on the inside to appear. Dixon is away, and I don't think Middlesbrough are going to do it somehow. And down goes Dixon. Over the top of him goes Pritchard. Well, Dixon's out for the count. The Middlesbrough fans not too happy about Pritchard going over the top. I don't think Pritchard had any choice whatsoever. But now we're waiting for the exclusion light to be shown. The race has been stopped, and the decision just awaited. And it is Martin Dixon who is excluded as the primary cause of the stoppage. High drama here at Arlington now. Middlesbrough only have 4 heats to pull back this 6-point deficit. In effect, Heat 10, all they can hope for is a 3-3. It now means they've got 3 heats to pull back those 6. Might be more if they don't get Gary Havelock as a heat winner here in Heat. Took a head-first dive over the top as he couldn't lay the bike down in time. An obvious concern over Martin Dixon, and somehow I think the title is slipping away from them.
They come round to the checkered flag. There's the Knudsen celebration wheelie, and he crashes over the line.
Well, let's see what happens here in Heat 4. It's the checkered leathers against the white leathers. The checkered ones for Arena, with Goodwin and Mark Chessel away from the inside. There's Steve McDermott, and Wayne Ross goes down there with Chessel. What a crash over the first 30 metres. Go, 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 go.
Well, joining me is the current British champion and Coventry rider, Kelvin Tatum.
Very, very nicely to a tremendous finale here at Brandon this afternoon, with a local favourite here, Kelvin Tatum, in with a great chance of taking the crown of Go the Tates. We look for Tatum to see what sort of start he makes. Paul Thorpe is certainly away well, and Tatum has to do it from the back. Thorpe on the inside, Tatum making his bid from the outside down on the turn. Thorpe inside, Tatum outside. Third place for Simon Wigg. And if it stays like this even, it'll be good enough for Kelvin Tatum. But Wigg trying to come through up on the inside, and what a tremendous Heat 20.
Well, Kelvin's going for the win quite hard, but with Simon behind him, this is all he needs to be British champion. So I think he should probably start thinking about getting a comfortable second if that's all it takes.
Well, they seem to be settling in these positions now. 1 lap remaining after this one as they prepare to take the yellow. Paul Thorpe needs a win to put him through. He's got 6 points. Kelvin Tatum, 2 points here, will give him the championship for the first time ever. He's appeared in 2 world finals. He's had a difficult passage in the last 2 years, but he's made it. Kelvin Tatum raises his arm as the new British champion. Third place there for Simon Wigg, who also qualifies surely with 10. Well, a good afternoon for the Coventry supporters, and we've got a few of those around the place, Rick.
Yeah, the people are going crazy here, and I think I got goosebumps. I really feel good for Kelvin. You know, I know how much he wanted this, and he's worked hard and had a great day. He had a little bit of luck on his side, but he rode great as well. So full credit to Kelvin, and excellent. I'm really excited for him.
Well, Kelvin Tatum third in the world final in Poland last year, but that achievement came after he suffered a real scare here in the British final at Coventry, where he only is scraped through after a run-off for the final qualifying position. Cost Coventry £18,000 when he signed from Wimbledon a couple of years ago, but he's more than justified every penny of that. This is third British final, and he is
absolutely on their toes. Inside Knudsen, next to him, Graham, grid 3, Shearer on the outside panel. Who is going to get the vital drop? Coventry in front. Shearer leads at second place. It's Knudsen, and Shearer's in trouble, and Pennell has gone through. Pennell going round the outside of Knudsen, and Pennell's gone down, and it is drama of the highest order. Pennell is down. The race is continuing in front. It is Knudsen in second place now. It is Graham in third place. It is Shearer, and the referee has not stopped it, and that is a moment of high drama. Pennell is back on his bike. He's picked himself up, it must be said, gallantly, but surely he can do nothing about the result of this one now. Knudsen leads it. Second place is Graham. Third is Shearer. And at the back, a long way back, having remounted, it is Bruce Pennell. And they're into the last lap. And this is a British League match they're going to be talking about for ages and ages and ages. And Coventry look as though they are going to nick it. Knudsen goes over the line on his back wheel, Graham Pennell. He wins it for Coventry. Second was Graham, third was Shearer. There's the final score. The bees are raising the roof. But my word, we're going to be talking about this last heat 13 for a long West Germany. Grid 3, Dremel, Czechoslovakia. Outside, Sean Moran, United States. And there's some terrible trouble. Down has gone Nielsen, and down too has gone Muller, and that was not a healthy one. There is Muller, and Nielsen is down still. And on his knees, Muller is back on his feet, but none too happy, we can see. And Hans Nielsen is still down. You can see Hans Nielsen, the only Dane in the world final. And the Danish camp, there's anxiety. I can see Ollie Olsen tearing across the centre green. A real tangle at the start, and we've had some ragged starts, and maybe that's the ultimate has happened. There's Ollie Olsen looking over anxiously. Let's have a look at that start again. Now just watch the two on the inside. As the tapes go, you can see Nielsen appears to be burning coal. Away they go, and Nielsen snakes across, and Nielsen comes right across to mid-track and picks up Egon Muller. And there was nowhere to go but in trouble for the pair of them. And they both seem to be heading for the grass there. Nielsen goes over the wrong way, very awkwardly indeed. Muller, well, he's in all kinds of trouble. Somehow manages to avoid Hans Nielsen. The bike somersaults and cartwheels. And Nielsen goes down very, very awkwardly, but it must be said it looked as it was the Danes have looked like coming back. It's been Schwartz who has come out and won a race. Let's see if he can do it again here in heat 11. Oh, he's got a flyer. What an absolute flyer from the start, and there's trouble into the first corner. Hack almost picked up, and Hack's still in trouble. Schwartz peels off in front, Eriksson second, third is Vaclav Werner. And we are having some fun and games out there. Still the battle going on for the last place point. And again, oh, Hack has gone down. He had to happen. It had to happen. He was out there hanging himself up on the fence. He almost did it first time round. Somehow or other he's got up. They really are made of whiplash, these boys. Look at him. Oh. Crucially has drawn the inside grid. He is in red, and that could be important. So we settle down for the final.
We will look for Mayer from the inside, we will look for Weisbach, and we will look for Muller as they get away, and Weisbach tried to rush the tapes, and he was left, and it's let Karl Mayer go clear, and Mayer swings right out wide. Gilgenreiner is second at the moment, as Muller tries his move up for second place, but there is Karl Mayer. The mix-up at the start allowed him a clear run up to the corner, and he is really setting sail for the World Long Track Championship title. Here's Mayer. Muller has moved into second place. Weisbach is third. Screaming down this home straight, 100 mile an hour into the corner. Karl Mayer really took advantage of what was a ragged start. It'll be interesting having a look at it again, because it looked like Weisbach tried to rush the tapes. It caused the outside grids to be left. Mayer, of course, importantly, had drawn grid 1. He went clear, and it looks like there's no catching him now. And of course, one of the riders affected by that ragged start was Peter Collins. He was out in the 5th grid, nearest to Weisbach. He was left. Collins has moved back up into 4th place, which is quite interesting, and a good effort from him. Just not quite quick enough. The Germans have really carved it up again, and they're going to finish 1, 2, 3. Although Muller's in 2nd place here, in fact, his earlier accumulated points not sufficient to allow him to overtake Weisbach. And Mayer is going to win it. Karl Mayer takes the World Long Track crown for the 2nd time in 3 years. Muller is 2nd in the race, but 3rd overall. Weisbach, unbeaten up into the semis, finishes runner-up, and there is Karl Mayer, and the Germans continue their strike. Looked impeccable. He's in white and on the inside, Lance King, who supported him nobly. Here's heat number 8. And oh dear, Lee is in terrible trouble going up to the first turn, and it's Sigalos and King, and Collins is in 3rd place. And Michael Lee almost lost it, and Lee coming around the outside now, battling, but it's still Sigalos, and the real humdinger is for 2nd place with Lance King. And this really is an amazing transformation, because King has struggled in the British League with Craigley Heath. He's hardly got a 6-point average, and down goes Lee, and down goes Collins. And Michael Lee just overcooked the corner, and Collins had nowhere to go but into him. I don't think he hit him too hard, but Lee not looking at all happy with life at this stage.
Speedway, and as you realise now, there is 6 riders in a race, and this will be the last time you'll see this on the screens in a World Pairs event. So there we are, the 6 riders now being called into the line for the opening race of the 1990 World Speedway Pairs Final from Landshut in Germany. So Ronnie Corrie in gate 1, point-size California rider, based of course with Wolverhampton in the Sunbright League. Starting Marshall getting a little bit anxious to get them in and get this Pairs Final underway. So in they go, the lights start revving. The green lights are now on, and away they go, and the 1990 Pairs Final is underway, and it's Ronnie Corrie, the first rider to show. Ronnie Corrie, Calvin Tatum coming up the inside. Calvin Tatum bursting through. Calvin Tatum is through into first place. Oh my word, we've lost the rider there in blue and white, which was Simon Cross. Cross is down, the race is going on, but now we see the red lights have come on. Yes, the red lights on. Calvin Tatum slowing down, and it's Simon Cross, his partner, who's hit the desk. Well, there we are. We see Calvin Tatum there in first place at the moment in white. Now, just look there, we see Simon Cross going down and going straight into the fence with some formidable speed. Well, we just keep our fingers crossed that the likeable 25-year-old character from England, there he is, Simon Cross in caption, 25 years of age, making his 2nd appearance in the Pairs Final. Came 2nd in 1988, and the machine, my word, looking the worse for wear, but we'll keep our fingers crossed for Simon. Last one to come in is Yellow Peterson. Starting Marshall now walks away as the green light's on, and away they drive. And it's Todd Wiltshire in red who's the first to show. Oh my word! Hans Nielsen cuts across Wiltshire, takes him down. Well, my word. All happens in heat number 2. There we see Todd Wiltshire hitting the front, and from nowhere Hans Nielsen just drives, picks up the speed, and cuts straight across and T-bones Sir Bertard, and down he goes. And so does the rider in blue and white, Klaus Laus. Lee Adams trying to miss the mayhem in yellow and black. And down he comes as well, so it's all tangles in heat number 2. We see the referee has put the blue exclusion light on, and the rider in some difficulty on the ground is Todd Wiltshire, the 21-year-old from New South Wales in Australia, who's a bit of a sensation, to say the least, in the Sunbright League in 1990 with the Reading 4X races in Berkshire. Came second, of course, you may recall, in the Overseas Speedway final, behind his fellow teammate in Reading, Jeremy Doncaster, and also the other rider, Gert Riss from Germany in blue and white, taking a nasty fall. There we see Todd on his feet, which is good news for the Australians. But Gert Riss not quite so lucky, being taken away in the ambulance, which is not the nicest scene to have to witness at any sporting event, especially when you're on a 500 speedway machine with no. And he's been looking very, very good so far. Hasn't got a win, but he's been up the exhaust pipes of the 2 winners in the previous 2 races he's been in. Hans Nielsen is part of this race. Let's see if they can get some points as the paint dries. On heat number 9, the first to show in red is Zoltan Nadorian yet again. Zoltan Nadorian is the first one to show, but coming under pressure now from the rider in white, Hans Nielsen. Zoltan Nadorian in first place, Hans Nielsen second. In green is Kelly Moran third. And yellow and black, blue and black coming through. Yellow Peterson to put a bit of challenge on him. But all eyes are on the first 2. Can Zoltan Nadorian hold on? Hans Nielsen driving around the outside of him. Nielsen down the outside, 2 laps gone. Is Zoltan Nadorian just holding on still? Green, Kelly Moran in third place. And all eyes now, Hans Nielsen's coming up to better challenge, and Nielsen's done it. Hans Nielsen is through. The current world individual speedway champion bursts to the fray and hits the front. There's 1 more lap to go. But Zoltan Nadorian is going to have to watch out because Kelly Moran is hot in pursuit. Yellow Peterson now putting pressure on Kelly Moran, trying to get every inch out of that Autovise engine. But Hans Nielsen coming around the finishing band to get the checker flag. It's Hans Nielsen that wins. Zoltan Nadorian is in second place. Third is Kelly Moran on the line, with Yano Peterson in 4th place, Sandor Tahini 5th, and Ronnie Corrie back in 6th place. But we got the World Pairs Final coming from Landshut in Germany. You can see exclusively here on screen board, as always, the best possible coverage takes right from the start of heat number 11. The first one to go in green is Todd Wiltshire. Todd Wiltshire for Australia. Oh my word, we've lost the rider in white, who is David Barge. He's down on the track. Let's see again exactly what happens. Picks up a bit of drive, doesn't come in contact with anybody, and just the next thing you can see on his horizon is a safety fence. So David Barge does the most respectable thing.
It's going to be tricky out there for the girls as off they go. Madeline Funden snakes in the corner. Bobby Hunter has overcooked it, has gone down, and she's brought down Madeline as well. And oh dear, the girls have made a crashing impact on Wembley. Turns the throttle on and just turns a beautiful pirouette. Madeline Funden clips her. That brings her down as well. And well, it's been difficult for the men, so it must be difficult for the girls going out there cold. Truck for a living in California. And let's hope they don't overdo it again away this time. And it's Bobby Hunter. Her skill takes her to the corner. And there's no question the girl has got the right technique. In fact, and Madeline Funden almost tasted the boards there. Did well to avoid her. This is Bobby Hunter. As you can see, maybe she's not going quite as fast as the men. Madeline Funden in a little bit of trouble at the back. Bobby Hunter untroubled. By our reckoning, she's going a little bit under 2 seconds a lap slower than the men. But, Bobby, you really must not turn on too much gas. This is the last lap. And again, he really does grab throttle by the fistful, but the crowd are loving her for her efforts. In this green of Wembley, and Hunter away again from the outside, although Madeline Funden rode a crafty line around the inside, and she's in front. Back comes Hunter. Funden going around again, leaves a gap, and Bobby Hunter is through. And well, the girls are really having a dice up. Bobby Hunter looking as though she stood enough nonsense from her lesser experienced rival. Who's in front now? Let's watch her style. There's no when she gets clear, her cornering technique is genuine Speedway. Just knocks it off a little too long going into the turns, perhaps. But she looks the part. Going clear now. Bobby Hunter, the Californian bombshell, wins the second race, and that makes her the queen of Wembley. And she's a queen who certainly isn't lacking.
It's happened, I can assure, by this packed crowd at Cowley Stadium, a really good crowd. And surely now the riders are at the tapes for the last time as we call them in. They're now under starters' orders, and we wait to see who it is who makes the gate. And straight away it's Nielsen who gets to the first bend, and Cox has come underneath Tommy Knudsen. So my word, it's looking good for Oxford at the moment. Tommy Knudsen back in 4th place, which is not what Coventry wanted of.
No, isn't it? It's the worst that I can think about.
And the Oxford crowd are going berserk. It's Hans Nielsen set sails for home, and Cox is in 2nd place, and it's fair to say that Calvin Tatum is possibly holding back Tommy Knudsen, which is not what the Coventry fans want. But Hans Nielsen, command of the situation, he's leaving Coxey to do it all himself. Now Knudsen comes up underneath Calvin Tatum, but is it too late? Coventry have left it long too late. We've got 1 lap to go, and surely now it's 5 points, looking pretty good for Oxford. Round the final 2 bends of this crucial British League match, and coming to take the checkered flag, it's a world champion with a wheelie, Hans Nielsen. In 2nd place, Marvin Cox. In 3rd place, in yellow, is Calvin Tatum. So at the last gasp effort, Alf, Oxford have done it.
They done it in the last heat. Marvin Cox was tremendous and did all the business.
Well, they all shake hands down the back straights. They're very, very good friends off the track as well as on. And the winner, Hans Nielsen, the world champion in red, his partner in blue, Marvin Cox, in 2nd place. And just look at the delight of those Oxford riders. They're sending Coxey around for a victory parade, and how richly he deserves it. He's been under power for a bit part of this meeting, but he's pulled out the trumps, pulled out all the stops in the vital heat 15, which brings a maximum 5-1 to the to the Oxford team, rather, which means that they win this British League match. It's Oxford 46 and Coventry 44, so only 2 points separate these two sides after 15 heats of superb speedway on Good Friday at Cowley Stadium, and Marvin Cox there is the man of the moment for the Oxford Cheetahs.
If they get a 4-2, I think they could be happy with that.
They certainly will be. It's Rickard Howell-Saying gate 1 and Alan Rossiter gate 3 for Swindon. That's the two that the fans from the Robins Nest will be hoping to get out of the track first. But spoiling the party is the rider in yellow, Gert Hanberg, who comes round the outside in superb form. My word, a great ride from him.
Pretty even start, but he made a really good first turn, and now we just got to see if he can make the most of it.
Well, already the race has been stopped. 2 riders on the deck. It's the rider in white, David Walsh, and also Alan Rossiter. We see Alan Rossiter is on his feet, but David Walsh in white is sadly being attended to by the doctor. We keep our fingers crossed, and it looks like the referee has excluded the rider in red, who waves his fist at the referee's box. We didn't see what happened. Well, controversy remains in heat number 8 with Alan Rossiter coming out onto the track, although he's been excluded. Rick, what's your opinion of this move?
Well, you know, Alan might be pretty frustrated and upset, but this is going to get him nowhere, and really he might as well just get off. He's only going to get fined, and I tell you, I can sympathize with how he could feel, but it just doesn't do you any good. It never does you any good talking to the referee.
Well,
so
there you go. He's decided to drive through the tapes, which will no doubt bring him a fine from the match referee, Mr. Barry Richardson. But, I mean, that young man has struggled all season. It must be getting to a breaking point now, Rick.
That's right, but you got to keep your head. You got to just try and stay cool, and, you know, that really doesn't help anybody out. Oh, it gets a little excitement for the cameras, huh?
It certainly does. It all livens up on Screen Sport. Here he comes again for lap number 2.
There we go, another fine.
Now the fun, the gesture to the referee, asking him if he'd like to come down and have a go on his bike, no doubt. Well, you rode with Alan in '86 in Coventry, Rick. Was he a fiery character in those early days?
He's very fiery, and he was usually pretty good for morale on the team, so we were pretty sad to see him go. But it's something Alan really needs to learn, is to keep his cool.
You look a bit angry, Alan.
Oh, that referee's an absolute idiot. I was going down the back straight and he just came straight across me. He does it all the time, and this time he didn't get away with it. He flipping come off second best.
Yeah, so what do you think, that the other rider should have been excluded?
Yeah, he's doing it all the time, and this time he didn't get away with it. He's barging everybody everywhere, but this time he came off second best. And the referee needs another pair of glasses. I shall be frigging reporting him, I tell you, I've had enough.
Well, the Barry Richardson for his gestures to him and his actions in heat number 8. More of that later on.
Version of what happened, and he wasn't very happy. What about you? What's your version?
I don't really know much about what went on. I mean, I get third, and next thing I knew, Alan ran the inside, and he took me. I mean, I can't see how he can be upset about what happened. I mean, it's racing, isn't it? But I mean, I was in front of him, so I could choose my line. I didn't do anything wrong, and I don't know what all fuss is about. I mean, we had a bad crash, and thankfully we got up and walked away. But you know, it's one of them things. I don't know what all fuss is about, to be honest.
If you was the referee, in the referee's position, who do you think you'd have excluded? Do you think you'd have excluded Alan or yourself?
Oh, I'm not a referee. I don't know. I mean, you can only judge a situation by, you know, just what you see and what you do yourself in a split second. And Alan came up underneath me.
The motor's roaring. The starting marshal moves away. Up go the tapes, and in the blue helmet colours, it's Greg Hancock into the bend first. The young American is enjoying this here at Websdale this evening. Going round the outside, Sam Ermolenko making ground as he comes down the fence to put Hancock under pressure. But Ermolenko goes wide, and it allows Peter Carlson to come through on the inside. But Ermolenko, having been dropped to the back, comes back again and cuts inside Joe Screen. Screen gets it back and moves into third place. Ermolenko dicing with him, gets it back. No doubt about up front, though. Greg Hancock is out there at the back. Joe Screen has come off. He's piled into the fence. And disappointment for the young Englishman, whose hopes were so high. That one is stopped. Joe Screen is down in the fence, and he looks as if he's seriously hurt. They're going to pick his bike up, and we'll have to wait and see what happens for Joe Screen. He's in to run out of track.
He did. I think he just overslid it there. He was trying too hard to get around the outside of the other rider, and really, when you're at the back like that, you can get very desperate. I just hope he's all right. I mean, I don't think he hit the fence so hard, but you can see here he runs down that dirt in the outside. He tries to get a big run, over slides altogether. He's completely off the back, slides straight up into the fence, and unfortunately, the bike tends to land on top of him. But I think a good aspect there was that the bike had almost stopped the momentum by the time that he'd landed, but he's nursing his arm there. I just hope it's not a
red. Crump on the inside, Adams on the outside. The two bricks in between them. Drop out of the next Grand Prix, and to the board, Joe Screen is forward, going round the outside in yellow and black. That's Lee Adams. Coming up on the inside in red is Jason Crump. A horrendous parlour with 3 riders involved, and surely they'll stop this one as they take a perler. Yes, they're going to stop this one. We'll have to wait and see who's excluded, but lying down on the track and looking to be in some pain there in yellow and black looks to be Lee Adams. We'll have to wait and see what happens. He's up on his feet and he's away. Jason Crump, Lee Adams walking away there. Jason Crump is still down.
If you see the start here, Joe Screen makes a beautiful start in the blue helmet. I mean, he's clear of everybody here, makes a nice corner. The Aussies are left in his wake, but you'll notice here when he gets to the exit of the corner, he tends to lift, and then he pulls a great big locker coming out of the turn, loses a load of speed, which allows Lee Adams to go around him. The rider in red, Jason Crump, jumps through on the inside and tangles with Lee Adams, and the two Aussies go down, and Marvin Cox runs into the back of the hole of the debris, and down he goes as well. That was a horrendous crash.